Hello and welcome to the Pederscope. I am your host, Steve Pederson. It is what? Wonderful Wednesday. Thank you for the love. Thank you for joining me. We're talking about keys to being the difference once again. And this is episode number 68. 68, by the way, is also the bus route that goes down Northwest Highway. But this is episode 68 entitled Tolerance. Thanks for joining me. Let's get this party underway, shall we? There's a bunch of quotes I want to take a look at today on tolerance. Let's take a look at what Mahatma Gandhi has to say about tolerance. If anybody has some authority on tolerance, of course it would be him. He says, "I do not like the word tolerance, but could not think of a better one. Tolerance may imply a gratuitous assumption of the inferiority of other faiths to one's own." This guy had some interesting things to say. Whereas Hirsa teaches us to entertain the same respect for the religious faiths of others as we accord to our own, thus admitting the imperfection of the ladder. Now, I don't think he's talking about the ladder that you climb up. No, sir. He's talking about the ladder as in our own faith, admitting that there may be some imperfection in our own faith. Okay, that was a mouthful. Mahatma Gandhi, thank you for your thoughts on tolerance. Let's take a look at this guy, Robert Greene Ingersoll, lived from 1833 to 1899. Not only are you learning about tolerance, but you are learning a history lesson here as well. Robert Greene Ingersoll said, "Tolerance is giving to every other human being every right that you claim for yourself." Ooh, that's a good one. Tolerance is giving to every other human being every right that you claim for yourself. Thank you, Robert Greene Ingersoll, for checking in on the Pederscope this morning. Now, here's a great quote from Albert Einstein. "Laws alone cannot secure freedom of expression. In order that every man present his views without penalty, there must be a spirit of tolerance in the entire population." Amen, Albert Einstein. Okay, there's Robert Greene Ingersoll again. He's all over the map. Here's one from Helen Keller. She deserves a little time here, a little respect. She says that the highest result of education is tolerance. All right, so some fantastic quotes here this morning on tolerance. Some people checking in and giving us their thoughts, and we can tolerate their thoughts. John F. Kennedy said tolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's own beliefs. Rather, it condemns the oppression or persecution of others. Okay, so are you inspired about tolerance? When you think about tolerance, no matter how old you are, no matter how good you think you are at tolerance, there's always room to look at, all right, what do I think about the beliefs of others? Maybe not only the beliefs, maybe you just have to tolerate your neighbor. Maybe your neighbor makes a lot of noise. Maybe your neighbor's like me and plays guitar really loud. And that's really why I'm doing this Pederscope. I'm just hoping other people will tolerate me. I think about my sister and brother-in-law. They live like out in the country, and it's like, I mean, you got to drive for miles to get to their place. I mean, they are out there, and they have like tons of land, and you'd think, oh my gosh, wouldn't it just be so peaceful and so quiet out there? But they have a neighbor that lives right next door that parties like crazy all the time and drives these all-terrain vehicles all over the place and just is like a thorn in their side. Yeah, sometimes tolerance just is not only tolerating people's beliefs or preferences, but just tolerating that they are people. and they take up resources, and they're annoying, and they cause problems. I think about my family. I have 2 little girls, and they often express their annoyance with one another. And so we have to have these conversations about tolerance. I came up with my own quote for tolerance today, and it says this. So this is me. This is my quote. Ooh. I've been wrong before. I could be wrong now. I might be wrong again. Tolerance allows me to live at peace with people that are just like me. Tolerance is a huge key to being the difference. Yeah, let's get a high five. Psh, high five on that one. Tolerance is a huge key to being the difference. Because here's the thing. Thank you for the love. First of all, if you can't even accept people for where they're at, there's no way you're going to be able to make a difference in their lives. So an action step that you can take today is maybe write down your own quote. I just came up with my own quote. Just take a look inside yourself and think of a quote that, what does tolerance mean to you? Could be just a quick, simple phrase, 1 or 2 liner, and then let that tolerance sort of resonate throughout your life today. See what kind of a difference it makes in your life and in the lives of the people around you. This has been episode number 68 of the Pederscope, Keys to Being the Difference, entitled Tolerance. Thanks so much for joining me. To catch up, of course, on all the previous Pederscopes, you can go to my website, stevepederson.com, click on the Pederscopes link. Have a wonderful day tolerating everybody. We'll see you later. Take care.